Mary Ann Cotton, born October 31st, 1832, at Low Moorsley, Durham County, England. She died on 24th March 1873 in Durham County. She was a British nurse and housekeeper who was believed to be Britain's most prolific female serial killer and has allegedly poisoned up to 21 people. Mary Ann grew up in Durham County, northeastern England. According to some sources, she left home at age 16 to work as a nurse, but returned 3 years later and became a dressmaker. In 1852, she married William Mowbray, and over the next decade, the couple had 8 or 9 children. The lack of documentation, such as birth and death certificates, leaves many details of Mary Ann's life open to dispute. After moving frequently, the family settled in Hendon, Durham County, in 1856. At some point, William took out a life insurance policy that covered both him and their surviving children. The others had died from gastric fever, a common ailment that had symptoms similar to arsenic poisoning. Gastric fever also claimed William's life in 1864 and the lives of 2 other children soon afterward. Mary Ann received the insurance money and then left her daughter in the care of her mother. Mary Ann subsequently worked as a hospital nurse in nearby Sunderland, and in 1865 she married a patient, George Ward. However, he died the following year and Mary Ann reportedly collected money from another insurance policy. She later found work as a housekeeper for James Robinson, a widower. Reportedly, just weeks after her arrival in 1866, one of his 5 children succumbed to gastric fever. While the following year, Mary Ann went to visit her ailing mother, who died about a week after her return. Mary Ann and her daughter, with William Mowbray, then went to live at the Robinson home. In August, Mary Ann married Robinson, and the couple had 2 children, though only one survived. In 1869, Robinson discovered that Mary Ann was stealing from him, and he grew suspicious of her repeated request that he take out a life insurance policy. She was thrown out of the house and was for a period of time homeless. However, in April 1867, the girl and 2 of Robinson's children died. In 1870, Mary Ann met another widower, Frederick Cotton, who was the brother of a friend. That year, both Cotton's sister and his youngest child died. In September 1870, Mary Ann and Cotton were married, though she was still wedded to Robinson and she later gave birth to a son. By the end of the following year, Cotton and 2 more children had died. Again, Mary Ann reportedly received an insurance payout. Around this time, she took up with a former lover, Joseph Natras, but later became pregnant by another man, John Quick Manning. In 1872, Natras died, leaving his meager belongings to Mary Ann. She then allegedly told the local official that she could not marry Quick Manning because of her 7-year-old stepson, Charles Edward Cotton. However, she added, "I won't be troubled long." After the boy died, the official notified the police. An examination ultimately revealed the presence of arsenic in his stomach. Authorities also exhumed the bodies of Natras and 2 other Cotton children, and all were determined to have been poisoned with arsenic. Mary Ann was charged with the murder of Charles Edward Cotton, and while she was in jail, a daughter was born in January 1873. That infant, who was reportedly a 13th child, and other offspring were the only ones to have outlived their mother. Mary Ann's trial began 2 months later, and the defense claimed that the deceased had inhaled arsenic dust from wallpaper dye, a conceivable explanation given that arsenic was then common in many household items. The prosecution evidence, notably the other arsenic-related deaths, proved insurmountable and she was convicted and sentenced to death. On March 24, 1873, Marianne was hanged in a bungled execution. It was performed by a notoriously clumsy hangman, and the trapdoor was not positioned high enough to break her neck, forcing the executioner to press down her shoulders. Some 3 minutes passed before she finally died. Marianne never confessed to any of the deaths, and the number of her victims is uncertain, though most sources believe that she killed upwards of 21 people. While some claim that she was Britain's first female serial killer, other women have previously been hanged for poisoning multiple people. However, Marianne was widely regarded as the country's deadliest killer. She was hanged in Durham prison in 1873 for murdering her stepson with arsenic. Beamish Museum shows copies of Marianne Cotton's letters and a teapot in which Cotton is said to have brewed poisoned tea. Some scenes from the ITV drama Dark Angel, based on the story of Cotton, were filmed at the Beamish Museum. The small black red-brewed teapot was donated to Beamish in 1972, but its provenance was unknown until 1989 when the museum received a letter from the daughter of the donor. It revealed who donated it had inherited it via his stepmother from his step-grandmother, who had reportedly been given the teapot by Cotton. The County Durham Museum said he had never felt comfortable with ownership of the macabre relic and was persuaded by his family to send it to Beamish. Also is a stool which is believed to have belonged to Cotton while she waited for her trial in Durham jail. A number of photocopies of letters has also been sent to the museum anonymously. The museum said they had been sold to a dealer by a North Yorkshire auction house in 2013, and their present owner had bought them online, though it was unclear where they were in the intervening years. Another batch of Cotton's letter found in her prison cell sold for about £150 in September.